Hello everyone and welcome to the final game of the day, semi-final number 2 to be contested between Teesside and Aspire PFC. I am Ryan Tipple and delighted once again to be joined on commentary by Mr. Greg Baxter. All okay?
I'm alright, mate. Are you okay? Your car's sorted?
Car's all sorted.
I enjoyed it with Dean, so I'm just
demoted.
A bit disappointed that you're back to be. No, I'm joking. You wouldn't have it any other way, Ryan. We are the dream team.
I should certainly hope so. Anyway, Teesside versus Aspire. Only one can progress to the coveted Power Chair final as part of the FA Disability Cup weekend, televised on TNT Sports on Sunday, June 30th. This promises to be a highly contested game between two of the country's leading teams. Aspire looks like they will have kick-off via their captain John Boulding, and as the teams are lined up prior to kick-off, we can go through the teams very quickly. Started with the designated home team, Teesside. They have Alistair Hay in goal, Tyler Reeve in the centre, with wingers of Mitch Tinkler and Ed Common. Aspire comprised of Tom Kelly, John Boulding, Dan McClellan and Brad Bates. Arguably their strongest team, one that was so influential in securing them not only the WFA Cup last season, but the Premiership and their regional league as well. We should be underway in a few moments' time. Bring you the action live from the Derby Arena. The first time we've ever hosted an event at this venue. It is incredibly impressive, isn't it?
Sensational, really. We were here for the commentary course, weren't we?
We was.
A few months. Yeah, it was. No, it was last year, wasn't it? Blimey, time's flying.
It was November or December last year, yeah. And
time's flying.
But we couldn't quite imagine what it would be like hosting a Power Chair event here. Obviously, you can see the velodrome surrounds the courts. There's a huge surface on the playing floor where we had the Court B fixtures played on a full-size regulation court behind us, and separating the two is a big bleacher seating stand which you can't quite see on the cameras, but it really has shifted to a spectator event and spectacle that many people here are enjoying. For those tuning in across our stream at the Derby Arena, we have the option for spectators to tune in to myself and Greg as we bring the action live via silent disco headset, which is always a nice addition. Always looking to innovate and ensure the pedestal deserves to be on.
A lot of people here today that are cycling here, seeing Power Chair for the first time. We want people to go home and go, oh look, I found some sport in the arena. Just sorting some issues with Brad Bates' chair, who
apologies for the slight delay. I think we are all good to go now. Mark Kerrison, our central referee, Jeff Lewis, Pete Westmoreland, the assistants on either side. Mark Kerrison blows the whistle to get us underway in semi-final 2 of the 23-24 John Good Group WFA Cup. Early attacking pressure from Aspire, no doubt will want to get on the scoreline as soon as possible and book their spot in the St George's Park final. Good work from Mitch Tinkler. It's a real good feel around the Derby Arena for this one. Should Teesside progress to the final, it will be the first time they have done so as a club. Aspire, the most successful team in the WFA Cup history. They've lifted the highly coveted crown 4 times First in 2016 and 2017. Had to wait a year. 2019 and most recently 2023, where they secured a 2-0 win over Newcastle United Foundation. Top of the Premiership. And we'll no doubt will want to add a WFA Cup to their trophy cabinet once again. Good attempt from Dan McClellan, blocked by Alistair Hay and Tyler Reeve on the Teesside goal line.
Well, they wanted to defend the treble. They won last year, South East Regional League.
Yeah, we were saying on commentary earlier, the only thing that evades them, well, certainly their trophy cabinet, is the Champions Cup. So they will be travelling to Paris in June, from June 17th to the 22nd, to compete in the European Club Championship, a Champions League equivalent for power chair football. Brad Bates can't quite make connection on that 360 shot, but John Bolden recycles the attack, and a brilliant goal from Dan McClellan. Absolutely clinical from the young England winger.
I'm going to show my goalkeepers union here. That all started with Tom Kelly. The ball broke down, broke all the way through to the Aspire half. Tom Kelly came out front bumper. Great dummy by John Balding into Brad Bates. His pass, yes, wasn't the right connection, but they recycled it well. Brilliant pass by John Balding.
He's quickly becoming one of my favourite players, Tom Kelly. Obviously Aspire are such an attacking team. They put their opposition under so much pressure, but he constantly stays alert, capitalises on any potential opportunities. John Balding must have so much faith behind that. He's got that stability and that foundation to build upon. And Dan McClellan, one of the best young players anywhere in the world, is able to score. Mitch Tinkler trying to equalise almost immediately. This is better from Teesside, the most attacking intent they've had in the fixture thus far. We've had just under 3 minutes. It's turning out to be a really good game so far.
Oh, did Mitch Tinkler really need to go for the 180? I believe just 90'd it there. Didn't get the connection he would have wanted.
Sometimes when they've got too much time, you tend to overthink things rather than acting on instinct. No doubt with hindsight he would have approached it differently, and now Brad Bates looking to attack for Aspire. Worth noting, Teesside without 2 key players in Owen Swift and Dylan Pearson, so only have the 4 players present here at the Derby Arena. No substitutes at their disposal. Quite the opposite for Aspire. Have 3 players on the bench should John Balding look to switch it up at any one point. Jordan Williams, Sally McNeil and Rosie Hodgson.
Of course, both coaches aren't here as well for Teesside.
No, exactly that.
Fancy taking a cruise, eh, Owen?
They're on a cruise.
Well, Owen's on a cruise, yeah.
Here we go, Mitch Tinkler. Brilliant work from Tom Kelly. That's what I'm talking about, staying alert when he's isolated in such large percentages of the game.
Good response by Teesside, though.
Yeah, really brilliant. Nice, open, attacking game. Worth noting that 5 players on the court comprised England's squad of 8 at the World Cup back in October. Tyler Reeve, Ed Common, John Balding, Dan McClellan and Brad Bates representing their country at the World Cup. This is turning out to be a really good game. Dan McClellan has responsibility in this corner kick. John Balding makes contact with Ed Common, trying to guide that effort goal bound. Starting to get very physical. A lot of nicks off the chairs.
That was an incredible pass by John Balding over there. Find Brad Bates on that far side. I mean, the ability to be able to think that quickly and go. I mean, most of it's experience and done on instinct, I'm sure, but
being able to watch John Bolden so regularly, whether it's in our National League, regional leagues, cup competitions, all representing England, we almost take him for granted. He truly is one of the best players in the world, if not the best there's ever been.
yeah, for me, he's the best. It's, yeah, you say we may take him for granted. For me, it's just a privilege to watch.
It's an
every time.
absolute privilege and pleasure to watch him week in, week out. And what I like so much is he's kind of taken Dan McClellan under his wing to kind of be that next generation if and when John decides to step away from the game. Hopefully not for a long time yet. He has to win a World Cup and a European Championship again before he can step away.
Players like, I think, excellent ball by Brad
Great
Bates.
ball. Tyler Reeve will be frustrated he wasn't able to clear the danger there, and almost a forced effort from Dan McClellan doesn't put Alistair Hay under any real threat or danger. .13 minutes to go. Teesside 0, Aspire 1. Dan McClellan, the goal scorer. Bolden, no doubt, he's going to try and pull the string just wide of that right-hand post. Bates just puts his hand up to apologise. Slightly forced. They want to keep it live and work the ball around the Teesside defenders to create them spaces to capitalise. Doesn't quite work on that occasion.
Got two players in this game, John Bolden, Ed Common, another one who's already in the final, Chris Gordon, who have been at the top level for a decade and a half now. The sport has gone through so much change over those years, but they have been the one constant. They've adapted to every new iteration of the game and every sort of tactical sort of change that's come in and gone and become the norm.
I think they've played such a key role in the evolution of the sport, the way they play, the way they approach the games. You get it in the running game and mainstream football, that you need the rivalries at the top to really push it. You see it with Manchester City and Liverpool at the moment. West Brom and Aspire push each other constantly. And they bring everyone else with them. Teesside have emerged recently as potential challengers to them two. The acquisition of Ed Common, so key to that shift of momentum. But looking at the Premiership table as a point of reference, there's Newcastle United Foundation, as Lee Charrett, as two other examples to the three we've mentioned that mean that our league is so competitive, so entertaining. We hope that's really being projected across the streams and in person. Slightly square pass from Tyler Reeve, and likewise from Mitch Tinkler, puts them under pressure. They'll be frustrated if they concede here. It's kind of their own doing, the fact that they're suffering a little bit in defence. Ed Common ready to pounce on a potential counter-attack, but John Bolden has space on the edge. Brad Bates, pick off across the box. Bates into Bolden. Mitch Tinkler does well. Ed Common has to drop off. It's an almost impossible task. Brilliant control from the Aspire and England captain. Out for a Aspire ball.
It's hard when you're commentating on John to not just stop commentating and just watch. Because it's just, he makes the game look so easy.
Another person who does that is Ed Common, yet to really impart any influence on this game, but he's always a threat while he's on the court. Hoping they can pick him out across this fixture. 9.5 minutes remaining. Aspire still lead by a goal to nil.
You can't get it, don't force it.
Tyler Reeve into Ed Common. Tom Kelly does well to limit the initial opportunity. Still has possession on the right-hand wing, off the back of Tom Kelly's chair. Tyler Reeve over to Mitch Tinkler. Have to be careful, they've committed a lot of players forward, and Brad Bates was ready to get going in reverse there. Starting to really open up, which is great to see.
A really good first 10, 12 minutes of football this.
Bates with possession. Tyler Reeve reverse into cover. Yeah, definitely the most end-to-end entertaining fixture that I've probably watched so far today. A lot of them being very closely contested, on a defence being cut out by attack, vice versa. But this is a really open game of football. Teesside just need to capitalise if they get any opportunities in the final third of Aspire. Dan McClellan will do very well to keep that in. A lot of pace on the ball, out for a Teesside ball.
So I watched, commentated on Teesside versus Newcastle earlier, and it was a weird game. Both sides played some nice passes of football. John Bowling lashes a pass, but Dan McClellan had absolutely no chance of getting onto. Yeah, Teesside Newcastle was a game where both sides played some good fluid movement, moving passes and phases in the middle of the park, but when they got to the final third, just lacked that clinical edge, and so it was a cagey, tight affair. As this is tight, but it's open and free-flowing. What we want, really, ideally, we want these people that are maybe seeing Power Jeff football for the first time, not seeing a scrappy game.
We know there's many people here at the Derby Arena that it's the first time seeing the sport, and hopefully they're enjoying what they're seeing. As Boulding turns the favour to Dan McClellan, exchanging some short snappy passes on the edge of the Teesside box. Common almost switched roles with Mitch Tinkler. That's a complacent pass back to Brad Bates. To be very careful. When the attack is comprised of 3 senior England internationals, you can't be gifting possession back because they will punish you. On that occasion, they do well to limit the danger.
I'm not quite sure what Mitch Tinkler was trying to do there. They'd worked it well, broken the lines, and then he trying to just put Teesside back under pressure there.
2-on-1 in favour of Aspire. Indirect free kick. I wonder if they're going to adopt a boom-boom shot. Doesn't look like they will. Quickly taken by Boulding into the path of Brad Bates. Slightly square for Dan McClellan to attempt an effort at goal. Tyler Reeve sweeps up. Opportunity. Brad Bates, I don't think he was quite expecting that ball to come back to him. So it was a second or two behind the ball.
That had to be cut out by Tyler Reeve, because again it was another stupendous pass from John Bowling.
Come on, back to Tyler Reeve. Can he switch the play? He can. To Tinkler. Back to Tinkler. Now this is their opportunity to break. Ed Common with an attack. Cleared brilliantly by Tom Kelly.
That is
so calm under pressure.
There is the first real passing move from Teesside.
Just didn't trouble the Aspire number 20. Reads the game so well. Ensures that Aspire maintain that 1-goal lead. It's good work from Mitch Tinkler just to prevent the advancement of John Boulding. Never switch off though.
He has been up for the scrap with John Bowling today so far.
And he's done brilliantly to dispossess Baldwin. He has possession on the left-hand wing. Trying to flick it back to Tyler Reeve. Baldwin.
Didn't quite time that one properly, because that is a move we see a lot with England, is having the first pivot come in and compress the box. Those front bumper shots that catch the defence off guard almost have really, over the last year or so, he started to dominate the game here in England, and perhaps maybe we'll start to see it a bit more worldwide. But it's a way of, as you saw there, using the front bumper to just catch the defenders off guard when they're set with a deep block.
Starting to get a little bit sloppy. Final 3 minutes of this first half. And that's better. Right intent from Mitch Tinkler to try and guide it over to Common in space on the right, but Baldwin eliminates the danger. Going to roll all the way out for a goal kick. I think if you're Teesside, you just have to remain calm, have belief in your defensive ability to ensure that Aspire aren't going to register any more goals, and just take your chances in attack when they get them. We've seen already that they can create the passages of play to trouble Tom Kelly. But breaking that persistent press of John Baldwin is a lot easier said than done. McClellan with an attempt. Back to Baldwin. Advantage played by Mark Kerrison. Is going to be an attempt at goal from Dan McClellan. Feeds it back to John Baldwin. Nearly ricochets between the two defensive players of Teesside. Fortunately for them, Tyler Reeve is able to control. Good positioning from Mitch Tinkler there. Just cut out that pass to John Baldwin. And that's a potential break. Ed Common in reverse. Mitch Tinkler and Tyler Reeve trying to support him. Can't quite get the accuracy on the pass. Dan McClellan keeps it in, guides it goal bound.
This is really well done from Dan McClellan. Really well done indeed. Still got possession now. In the corner, he's got John Baldwin. Ball across to Brad Bates. Saved by Hay again. Bates. Again saved. Hay. Into the final 60 seconds of this first half. Still Aspire 1, Teesside 0, because of that early goal by Dan McClellan. There is hope though for Teesside. My research is correct, they are the last side to beat Aspire, I believe.
I think you're right, last season, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if anyone's got the measure of them.
No, they are very evenly matched teams. And Teesside will take massive positives from the performance in this first half. They won't want to concede here. Final 10 seconds, corner kick for Aspire, the cup holders. Baldwin. An effort. Good defending by Tyler Reeve. Potential break. Too much pace from Ed Common. Mitch Tinkler unable to take possession. Now we're into any additional time that our central referee, Mark Kerrison, has accrued across this first half. I doubt very much. It's been a very open, flowing game, which is exactly what we want to see. Whistle in mouth. He blows it for half-time. Teesside 0, Aspire 1. Give me your thoughts on that one.
halfway to job done for Aspire.
Yeah, exactly that. Professional performance from Aspire, but equally as impressive defence from Teesside, who had opportunities, 2 or 3 I can note off the top of my head. But Tom Kelly, very alert, just limited the danger. Hope you can join myself and Greg for the action of the second half in this John Good Group semi-final between Teesside and Aspire. Derby Arena, semi-final number 2 between Teesside and Aspire as we are underway, currently separated by a single Aspire goal scored by Dan McClellan early in the first half. Fairly dominant in terms of attacking intent from the current leaders, but a few opportunities Teesside had. They'll want to capitalise if they're to have any breaks in this second.
Teesside, the Tyler Reeve driving up the court, met by John Boulding. Mitch Tinkler to his right hand side. Ed Cohen just dropping off. Not waiting for Tyler to go wider so he can get in the middle, but no. John Boulding pushes him forward and out of the way.
Yeah, good early pressure from Teesside. I'm very intrigued to see what their half-time talk consisted of. We've noted the fact that they're without both of their coaches in Owen Swift and Paul Pearson. Dan McClellan with an opportunity to break. Alistair Hay driving out of his box to limit the space. Danger still present as he tries to guide the ball behind the Teesside goalkeeper. Such fantastic accuracy and power produced by John Boulding. Attempt at goal from Boulding, cleared off the line by Alistair Hay. Tyler Reeve trying to relieve pressure on his defence. Common switches the play. Mitch Tinkler lets it run across his chair. Ricochets off the back of Boulding's. So they have to be alert. Tom Kelly readjusts. Ed Common continues to pursue that ball in the top left-hand corner. Out of play for an Aspire ball.
It's a fantastic period of Aspire play though. Just the kind of football we wanted to see from, I think, from West Brom. West Brom got the job done, absolutely, but Aspire are playing with a free-flowing passing movement, making the most of the fact that this court is as wide, as big as it can be. They are just finding passes, playing good passes. It gets back to Tom Kelly, who just drops it off into John Boulding, second pivot into first pivot, and they go again. They've been the better footballing side today, I'd say.
Real opportunity here for Teesside. Indirect free kick taken by Tyler Reeve into the path of Ed Common. Blocked by Tom Kelly. Well trapped by Common. Over to Tinkler. Dan McClellan just passes back to his goalkeeper. 2-on-1 in favour of Teesside. Dan McClellan and Tom Kelly not given the necessary 3 meters needed for play to continue. It looks like they might be setting up for the boom boom shot here. You know they're effective at it. They do exactly that. And on that occasion, well wide out for a Teesside kick-in.
That's a good old commentator's curse, isn't it? Very effective at it, and of course the next one.
I haven't watched an effective. I haven't commentated on an effective one. I think I am the curse in general.
Every time you pick it up, and then it just goes to waste.
I'm always encouraging teams to do it, but I've never seen one scored with my own eyes. Guided goal bound by Brad Bates. Alistair Hay just has to be alert. Boulding out for an Aspire ball. 5 minutes played of this second half. Tom Kelly. I'd love to see a statistic for Tom Kelly's accuracy in passing.
Got to be in the 90s, isn't it, percentage-wise?
Without question. Tyler Reeve. Net by John Balding. Out for a Teesside ball.
Don't know if it's been mentioned yet, but lovely design on the ball.
I think Mr. Adam McAvoy deserves full credit for that. We're trialling these new balls for the first time. The new design, certainly.
Corner. For Teesside. Great opportunity to get back into the game. They love this. They love the American. They love the American corners.
We'll talk about that in a bit more detail after this attacking phase of play. But it's something we saw absolutely in Sydney. The Americans so effective at set pieces and corner kicks, and what we saw in game week 3 of the Premiership is a number of teams try and adopt what the Americans did. Doesn't quite come off in on that occasion, but you can see why they can be a real threat to defences. Ed Common keeps it in play down this left-hand wing. Well controlled by Brad Bates. An opportunity. Back to Balding. Balls for a contact foul on the bleacher seating behind us. He's going to attempt an effort here. Flip into the side of Alistair Hayshare. Crucial pick-off from Ed Common, but almost passes back to Brad Bates in that passage of play. Teesside will be fortunate that the indirect free kick has been awarded in their favour.
It's really good play by Brad Bates, as you said. Quick kicking was taken by John Balding, just reversed down the line with it. Really well, got the space. They would have wanted to have done a lot better with that opportunity as Fire having worked it. Chance here for Teesside on the counter-attack though. Oh, just couldn't get the connection he wanted there, Ed Common.
No, just took a little nick off the back of his chair, so that 180 connection just bypassed him on that occasion. Nice work from Tyler Reeve. An effort forced from Ed Common. Starting to really open up. Less than 12 minutes left to be played. Aspire have 1 foot in the final. And Teesside find that equaliser, potentially force this game to extra time, maybe penalties. Should it finish a draw, we'll have 2 5-minute halves of extra time. Dan McClellan back to John Balding, just exchanging quick, snappy passes between them. So mine awarded in favour of Teesside. Should it be equal at the end of extra time, we will have a penalty shootout.
Tyler Reeve battling away with Brad Bates. Got Ed Common in the middle. John Balding is already jumping towards now, but finds Ed Common. Good tinkle out. The double ricochet nearly caused Aspire difficulties. Goes out of play for a goal kick to the defending champions, but warning signs. Aspire can't afford to get complacent. It's Teesside, as we all know, can play some good football, and that is stunning. It's so simple yet so effective. Just the dummy there, drew Mitch Tinkler in, let it go, and McLean was in all sorts of space behind.
Yeah. I think that passage play shows that it's really opening up. Dan McClellan unable to capitalise on that occasion, but Brad Bates with the resulting corner kick, and brilliant defending from Alistair Hay. Otherwise it was almost a certain goal for John Balding. Good follow-up work from Mitch Tinkler to win his side this kick in. Players drawn into this central area. Fantastic distribution. An effort almost forced by Ed Common. Didn't have the angle to trouble Tom Kelly.
Fantastic pass from Tyler Reeve all the way around. I don't think that effort from Ed Common was ever really going to trouble Tom Kelly from there. One goal kick to another. Winner, of course, will face West Bromwich Albion in the final, just like Aspire were earlier. West Brom are watching this game with great intent.
Good work from Tyler Reeve, just to readjust. Brad Bates, such a threat in front of goal. 17 goals scored in the Premiership. Current top goal scorer. An opportunity to break now. Mark Kerrison brings it back. Frustratingly so for Teesside. John Balding will have a direct free kick. Bates into the box off the back of Tyler Reeve's chair. One in favour of Teesside. Good work from Mitch Tinkler. Can Ed Common keep it in? Does so well, but dispossessed by John Balding. John Balding frustrated with that decision. Slight smile on the face of Tyler Reeve. I think he got away with one there. Teesside come away with the kick in. Tinkler.
There's 7 minutes left in this game. It's been a bit spicy, Ryan. Bit of heat to this fixture. It should be bubbling nicely for what should be a thrilling conclusion.
I certainly hope so. Teesside have to take the game to Aspire now if they're to get anything from this game. Tinkler to Reeve, just adjust, and a beautiful pass from John Balding. Dan McClellan has an attempt at goal, doesn't trouble Alistair Hay. Great work from Tyler Reeve to weave to the right hand side of John Balding. Heavy contact between the chairs of Balding and Reeve, goes in the favour of Tyler Reeve once again. That little smile on his face, and it's them two once again.
The Tom Kelly's pass success rate. I'd love to see Alistair Heiss as well, because it's got to be up in the high 90s.
Another fantastic goalkeeper, competing at the very top level in the English National League. Hasn't had much trouble in this second half. I think that's a testament to the work of Tyler Reeve in the centre, ensuring the chances for Aspire are limited. But this scoreline very much favours Aspire. They'll be happy. Winding down that clock. As Balding can't quite generate anything from that. Out for a Teesside goal kick. 5.5 minutes to be played. Teesside 0, Aspire 1.
We enter the last 5 minutes or so. Under 5 minutes to go, and that's got to be a 2-on-1 there. One of the more blatant ones you'll see.
Interesting to see if John Boulding opts to utilise one of the 3 substitutes on the bench. So closely contested at the moment, so finely balanced. I doubt all the while it's 1-0. He will do so. McClellan into the side of Tyler Reeves' chair. Tinkler trying to relieve pressure. Boulding so quick, so influential in attack, so sturdy in defence. Ed Common swiping into the side of Boulding. Quickly taken. McClellan, pick off back to Boulding, trying to switch it to Bradbates on the right-hand wing. Good work from Tyler Reeve. Can he create some magic? Less than 4 minutes to do so. Mitch Tinkler, back to Tyler Reeve. Has to be careful. Frustrating for Teesside. Dan McClellan did well to limit the space almost immediately.
What was the plan there for Teesside? You've got 3 minutes left on the clock. You're 1-0 down in the cup semi-final. I think you've wasted a good opportunity to set piece there, and by hitting it backwards to your own halfway line, just sitting and waiting for them to move.
I think they'll be very tuned in to the fact that there's only a matter of minutes left in this semi-final, so panic can set in. Can cloud your judgment sometimes as Tyler Reeve comes away with possession. Ed Common back to Tyler Reeve, switches play to Mitch Tinkler. This is better. Mitch Tinkler with possession. John Boulding is going to close the space. Ricochets to Reeve, switches to Ed Common, but once again Tom Kelly quick to clear any danger.
Really good from Tom Kelly, that. Really, really good. He stayed alert. Came out, commanded his box. Just alert, good goalkeeping that.
Boulding's happy to just wind this clock down. Good break. Common switches the play. Dan McClellan's going to be there sensibly. Feints to make contact and just lets it roll out of play. Good game management from the young Aspire winger.
Oh, Mitch Tinkler's got to let that one go. Tyler saying I wanted that. Well, say it beforehand. Shout for it.
Bradbates is in the top right-hand corner.
Because now look where you are. Mitch Tinkler's taken it into contact. Dribbled it all the way down here. If he'd let it go for Tyler Reeve, he could have got one last passing move going.
Crucial clearance off the back of Tyler Reeves' chair.
This suits Aspire though. We've got, what, 70 seconds left on the clock and the ball's here. They'll quite happily keep it in the corner and wind the clock down.
Absolutely they will. Doesn't look like any substitutes will be utilised in this game. Boulding has to drop off. Now it's a 3-on-1, slightly square pass from Tyler Reeve. Common isn't able to produce anything. This is surely the last chance of the game. 30 seconds to go. Ed Common with possession on the right-hand side. John Boulding caught slightly unaware as to the ball's placement there, which invites a little bit of pressure from Mitch Tinkler. Tyler Reeve and Ed Common both in support. And we're going to have a very late corner kick.
Surely you'd throw the keeper up here. You've got 10 seconds left.
Yeah, you would think so.
What are you going to... What?
You would think so. Tom Kelly takes possession. We've had the regulation 20, now into any additional time. I doubt very much. Similar to that of the first half, very free-flowing. Little stoppages have fragmented the momentum of this game. It's been a very good game, very closely contested. Credit to Teesside. It looks like Aspire will be the victors, and that they absolutely will. Teesside 0, Aspire 1. The single goal from Dan McClellan in the first half sees them book their spot in the 30th of June final at St George's Park as part of the FA Disability Cup weekend, televised live on TNT Sports. What are your thoughts on that final matchup?
Well, we've got the rivalry, haven't we? We've got Aspire versus West Brom.
We've got the two best teams in the country vying now for that coveted crown. So we hope you can join us for that one.
Would like to see an open and competitive
That's all
final.
you can ask for. Similar to that, what can typically happen when Aspire and West Brom meet, they cancel each other out. So from the outside looking in, it's like a game of chess. But if we get something similar to that, we're in for a treat. But thank you to all that have joined myself, Greg and Dean across today's action. Next on in the Power Chair calendar, we have game week 4 of the Premiership. See you all soon.